the Team Women, this time around. But of course, that's just me. But of course, this morning you can share your thoughts, contributions, suggestions, and analysis. This morning, as we are going to do the newspaper reviews together, you and I. All right. My name is Mavis Atudume. There's been a whole lot that's happened in our dear country, Nigeria, especially on Friday, where we saw all kinds of stories coming out about the minors who had appeared in court and all the terrible things that had happened to them on Friday and moving forward, and the things that had happened to them months before their appearance in court on Friday. We will get to that part of the conversation this morning. But as usual, we are going to give you the updates on the headlines and tell you top stories that made major headlines this morning and the stories on the news space, in the Nigerian news space this morning. Uh, it's quite sad that I have to bring you some of these terrible headlines and have you discuss them with me, because what else can we do, at least from here? One has to make sense of these things. We talked about mental health on Friday. If we don't have these conversations, we might begin to inwardly try to address these things, and one might cause some troubles to themselves. So this is an open channel for you to share your views, thoughts, and contributions about these things. And you must also understand that the government, they are listening to us at all times, which also affects the way that they take their decisions and make their policies. So please, you must not give up. You must try to continue to contribute, continue to address, continue to speak up, because who knows what could happen? Who knows uh, how our lives might change by some magic, because around here we believe in supernatural transformations a lot, which has also has been in the news, considering Peter Obi's remarks and the way that Nigerians have understood that remark. We will talk about it later on the show this morning, but let's go straight to the Vanguard newspaper and tell you that the first story there this morning is why exporters are struggling. That is, oil exporters are struggling. This is an investigative headline. You can look that up on the Vanguard News this morning if you are interested in that story. Also, withheld salaries, normalcy returns to varsities as workers suspend strike. So if there's been any changes, we are not sure yet why it's been called off. I guess some consensus has been reached between the federal government and NASU and SANU. So probably something has happened, but we don't know. All right, coming from the Dangote refinery, international firms hires depot to blend substandard petrol in Nigeria. Coming from Dangote refinery, international firms hires depot to blend substandard petrol in Nigeria. Dangote has been full of stories this weekend. A lot's been going on, but we'll find out why it is that he's been in the news and why he's, you know, crying out a lot this past couple of days. NOA is to commence nationwide birth registration. NOA to commence nationwide birth registration. Okay, you wonder if we do not register births here. We do hospitals, we do churches, we do other religious institutions, so I wonder why. Anyways, we'll see. Dangote refutes claim on PMS pricing and defends refinery standards. All right, that's the much we can take on the Vanguard this morning. Let's go to the Premium Times and see what's there this morning. Tinubu's cosmetic cabinet reshuffle and cost-cutting rules. This is an editorial. You can find out more on the Premium Times this morning. Dangote refinery finally reveals petrol prices. I can tell you that for free. It is 900 and 60 naira for sheeps and 990 naira for trucks. That is the official Dangote price. All right, he finally reveals that it is 960 naira for sheeps and 990 naira for trucks. All right, that is the official Dangote price. We don't know what the marketers will do with that, but that's what Dangote has revealed to us this morning when it comes to the price of his petroleum products. Now, NAS, okay, is a roundup. Lawmakers docked for assault. Kiyamo replies reps on Oyedepo's airstrip and others. It seems that Festus Kiyamo has called back, or is trying to call back, the airstrip that was given to Bishop Oyedepo, because he has cited a lot of reasons why that is wrong, considering that other religious institutions would begin to demand or might demand their own airstrips for whatever reason. And because you have given one individual such privilege, it will be weird not to consider other religious sectors when they begin to make such demands. I guess this is some of the reasons that Kiyamo is posting as to why he is calling for the callback of the airstrip. Police operatives allegedly kill commercial driver over 100 naira bribe. We've seen a lot of misconduct when it comes to our security agencies, and we hope that the people at the top are going to try to do something to help this situation. It doesn't speak well of our security forces in this country. And lastly, let's take a look at the Punch this morning. End bad governance. Northern governors, ACF, and others demand minors release. All right. In case you don't know that story, don't worry. When I go to our investigated stories, I have a lot to tell you this morning. Obi makes a U-turn and says position on church vigils are distorted. And just if you didn't hear, Peter Obi had gone on a podcast, Nedu's podcast, and then he had made some comments where he also mentioned that if night vigils in Nigeria were replaced with night shifts, that you would see a lot of improvement in our economic sector and, of course, economic boost. This particular statement has cost him a lot of backlash, also known as dragging, from online and offline Christians, who has cited a lot of reasons why he shouldn't say that, and he is facing a lot of backlash for that particular statement. If you have a reason to not agree with him or agree with him, you can share that with us this morning, or have your reaction at any of the headlines that you have listened to or that you are listening to this morning. We are live on YouTube at High Voltage News on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, and share. And you can also call live into the studio. The phone lines are officially open: 0706 048 5853. All right. Also call 0915 570 83 and 47 to be able to join the conversation this morning, to join me live in the studio this morning. And of course, let's have a full conversation, a full reaction on what is happening. Now, let's move over to our investigated stories coming straight from Abia State as it has conducted its local government council elections. Governor Alex Oti's party suffers heavy defeat as ZLP, you heard me right, ZLP wins 15 local governments out of 17 local government areas in Abia State. All right, this is coming from Abia State this morning. Alex Oti's Labour Party has suffered a great defeat as ZLP has won 15 local government councils in Abia State. So unfortunately for the Labour Party in Abia State, this is such a terrible loss. All right, you can call into the show. You can call the numbers that you know already, and you can also send us a text message or a WhatsApp message on that number. Also join us on YouTube on High Voltage News this morning to be able to have an interface with me. Comment, like, share, and subscribe so that we can gist. Good morning to you. Good morning, sir. You're welcome, Mr. Justice. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Okay. Eh. I didn't know that. Eh. But okay. Mm. So you said the River State template is beginning to play out now? Wow. So you're saying he didn't lose. I thought Labour Party has lost very woefully in this local government council elections. Yeah, the Abure factor and the other sector. There's so many Labour parties these days. Mm. Mm. Okay. Oh yes, he does with Obi and the rest. Mm. Mm. So you're saying this ZLP movement is in the right direction? Mm. Okay. Okay. So is this good? Is this good or bad for the Abia people? Mm. Apparently, apparently, Abi, thank you so much. Oh yes. Mhm. Would you stop there? The IG of the police also said that those were married men with families, and of course, they were not minors as well. Mm.
If they have to marry very early, that does not mean that they are still minors. They are still minors. That is their tradition, and
Considering that their governors pay for their weddings and their marriage
yes,
ceremonies, I wonder why. Wow, a lot of things
because
has happened in this country, things that are almost unbelievable.
yes, the constitution say that you must get to 18 years before you become an adult. But these guys I'm seeing on the screen are minors. You can't
But but
convince me that
but 18 to be an adult, but in their place that doesn't apply when it comes to marriage and
it
domestic
doesn't apply to
affairs.
marriage. They married 12 years, 10 years,
13.
12, 13. They married. Even the younger boys, the small, the boys, they don't even get up to that age.
Yeah.
They marry. So you can't say because of the tradition there that those guys are not minors. They are minors. Whatever offense they have committed, you don't put it to them because it's assumed that
They
they
have
were
been
not in their
charged with treason and trying to
that
overthrow the
that case.
Tinubu's
That case.
government. Have you
eh,
ever seen such a thing?
let me tell you, a good judge
Mm.
will never go the other way in that case.
Did you just say a good judge?
a good judge.
When was the
to have
last
that.
time you could attribute that to any Nigerian judge? When was the last time you found one good judge in this country?
Posterity will judge them.
Mm.
Anybody that ruled against that, anything
We have
contrary
seen
to
this
that,
conduct from our judiciary, but Friday was on another level. And the fact that the silence has reigned up until this morning is enough for all of us to be very worried.
everybody is watching. Let's see what the judge will do in that particular case.
He has already given them bail on 10 million naira each. The case is over. It's
10
over.
million naira,
They've been
giving those
returned back.
minors
They've been returned back to the correctional facility. I am aware that Kuje Prison refused to take them in and cited that their facility was not prepared to cater for kids. So I am
Okay.
assuming that they were taken back to Lagos.
Let the northern elders contribute money and make sure, since they are on bail, let them contribute money instead of asking this making noise. Let them contribute money
And get them
make
out.
sure that those guys that make sure that those guys get out of that cell. And once they get out, I'm assuring you the case will just die.
Just as an honorable House of Representatives in Nigeria physically assaulted a boat driver, and he was given bail conditions of 500,000 naira. Did you know that?
Yes.
And children who protested for hunger, end bad governance and hunger, and hunger protests have been kept in police for about 3 months. They were picked up in August, right?
No, you don't compare the two cases.
They were there till now, and they were
You
giving.
can't compare the
They are giving bail in 10 million. What is the very big distinction between these two situations?
And the first one is a minor case.
Okay.
It's just an assault.
Okay.
An assault is bailable.
Okay.
Treason, I don't think that treason is bailable.
What was treasonous in their protesting?
When
Bad-
you call
and bad
for
governance.
another government, that is treason.
When you call for another government.
Another government is
Okay.
treason.
Okay, it's treason.
Just that we are advocating for those guys because they are minors.
Okay.
If they are adults, that case will not be like
But
this.
there were adults in Nigeria who also called for military intervention.
They were not arrested.
They were not arrested.
They were not arrested. So those ones that were arrested, they will not make them. They will make them a scapegoat for the other ones to learn.
So
So you don't call
for
for
our children, for our minors to think that our situation as a country is so terrible that they would prefer another government or another country take over it, is it not a bad sign? Is the reaction of the government what it should be, considering the thoughts
no matter the
of these
provocation,
children? Okay.
No matter the provocation, no matter the anger, you do no such thing.
Okay, so their arrest was right.
Earlier, it is not good for our law.
It's not good for our law.
So no matter the provocation, we don't do such a thing. We don't do it.
Okay.
We don't call for another government. This is a democratically elected.
Is this a democratically elected government? Because I'm about to give you a headline that will prove otherwise. Is this a democratically elected government? Because David Umahi has made a very undemocratic statement just yesterday, my dear. David Umahi has called for the removal of an APC supporter who questioned the 15 trillion naira Lagos Calabar Coastal Road. Did you know about that?
I've not heard of that.
I said,
get into the details.
Okay, please get into it.
Let the truth be told.
Okay.
You see, that is why when you call in on any radio station or any in a live station, choose your word. You have to be mindful of your word. There are words you say, and those words got you implicated. And before you know what is happening, you are in. You choose your word. No matter the provocation, don't do that. It is against our law.
Do kids know?
Once you are caught, you are going for it. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Justice. All right, so Justice says that it was in the right of the law to arrest these minors because they were actually calling for an upturn of the government. Apparently, this is treason. But I have seen certain things happen in this country, worse things happen in this country, and the silence has been deafening. I wonder why these kids are peculiar. Good morning to you. Are you there? Good morning.
No, good morning.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm doing very good. How about you?
I'm very fine.
Welcome.
In terms of the Abia State election,
Yes, sir.
I support Justice on his ideas and his own affirmation about it.
Okay.
I am with Justice on that one.
Okay.
The other side I'm going to talk about is P2B talking about the night vigil.
Yes,
He's
sir.
going to turn it. I am 100% behind whatever P2B have said about it.
Okay.
If Nigerians can bring out that time they used to run to churches, to walk, I don't believe that there will be an economy in this world that will be greater than that of Nigeria. So I don't see anything bad about what P2B have said.
Okay.
He didn't say they should close churches. He said if he can change that time they use for prayer video for production time.
Mhm.
I saw the video as myself.
Mhm.
So there's nothing crime, there's nothing incriminating there. Just that Nigerians like making noise.
Mm.
They like making a whole lot of noise. And that is just one of it. The man didn't say anything bad. He didn't say anything anyone have never said before. But he just made a peculiar statement. And I am 100% behind what he said.
Mm.
Use that time to provide. Even God said he is happy when his people are progressing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just close your business all the time and be in church and expect your life to progress. No. Use your time to work well. When that man that said time na money, he was not a stupid man when he said that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, sat and thought about it before he sang it. And in terms of the minors, Nigerian government now, well, but let's be looking at them. Because people these days, when you get to power, you do what you want. But if the judge who have judged that thing, because I know that a police officer said that the youngest among those people there is 13 years old.
That is the truth. That is
Then
what was
what
said.
will you do? Will you also say that one is not a minor?
They
A
claimed
13
they
years
claimed
old.
that all of them are grown-ups. None of them is a
Grown up.
minor. That is
because
the
their
government
relatives are
said.
not there. Because their own relatives are not there. Because if their relative happened to be there, you will see a twat. You will see a twist in that judiciary. We cannot trust our judiciary anymore. We cannot. When you have problem, you'll be thinking of going to court. Because you are not thinking because of the money you are going to spend, but it's because of the justice that will be delivered. Our judges' mouth has been so corrupt that they can't even look at you and stand for the truth. I am ashamed. I have a cousin who is a lawyer, but whenever I crack joke with him, he just tell me, "So boy, mom must survive."
Really?
Yes, if you tell me to boy, mom will survive.
That is our mantra in this country, isn't it?
Mom will survive. That is their work chop, so they have to chop.
I see.
So it doesn't matter who what they know is just say all they know is the money.
I hear you.
So I'm not afraid. I'm not surprised on what is going on. My name is Frank. I'm calling from Independent Layout. Good
Thank
morning.
you so much, Frank. Thank you, Frank, and good morning to you. On the guise of the Christian perception of the Peter Obi's comment about turning night vigils to night shifts and the backlash he's receiving for it, Remi Tinubu, that is the wife of the president of Nigeria, has also planned on a nationwide prayer a prayer dedicated to the economic turnaround of Nigeria. She's organizing this prayer session with the NSA. She's going to do a nationwide prayer session with the NSA to pray for the economic affairs of Nigeria to have a turnaround. You can call 0706 048 5853. Alternatively, call 0915 570 8347. And P2B is also receiving backlash for saying that night vigils should be turned around and turned into night shifts, as it would boost our economy and, of course, our productivity as a nation. A Muslim Ticket is organizing our nationwide prayer session for economic turnaround. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Melvin. This is Charles Masibo.
Welcome, Charles. How are you today?
I'm fine.
Welcome.
Talking about life in the land, P2B.
Mhm.
The church is not the problem. I can tell you churches that employ thousands of people. You get, so going to night vigil, people go to night vigil for solutions to their problems.
What kinds of solutions might they be
They go
looking
to
for?
pray to God. People who are sick, people who are looking for jobs. Let me tell you
Okay.
something. You know,
Are there jobs at the church?
people, I say people go to pray.
Mm.
The church is not an irresponsible organization. You know, Winner Chapel, we dey for Hart University. One is the best in Nigeria. One is
Can
the
you
best
can
in
you
West Africa.
afford to send your child to that university, sir?
Why not? Why won't I tell my child?
You can send your child to Covenant
Yeah.
University
Why not? Why not?
in the present day Nigeria.
Why not?
Okay,
People go
Mr.
there, people who
Charles.
are going there, they have children.
I don't know. I'm just
University.
asking you if you knew anybody
Yes,
that was
yeah.
attending the school.
Once my child is of age, I'll send him there. If I
Okay,
feel
so
the-
you can afford to send your kid to the Covenant University.
Why not?
That makes
much
you
is it?
that makes you the 1% of Nigerians. It's not how much is it. That's a very expensive school, sir. That is a very expensive. No, sir, I understand. Mr. Charles, I understand you. We usually have very good conversations, but I like the truth too. I'm saying to you right now that 90% of Nigerians cannot afford to send their children to Oyedepo's University. I stand on that. Okay, so it's not for the poor. Now, you just mentioned that the poor are always in church praying, and I'm asking you, what are they asking God for in the churches?
They are seeking for solutions. Some people are going there to seek for healing. Some people are going there to ask God for to get jobs.
Mm.
You understand?
Okay.
If you go to Canaan land to the Holy Depot.
So would you rather I hire you and give you a job at that time of night that you're supposed to be praying? Which one would you prefer?
I said the church is not an irresponsible. That's how I think.
Nobody said the church was an irresponsible organization. I just said to you, sir, those people who are looking for jobs at the church, going to pray that they get opportunities for jobs. Are you saying that if I give those people jobs at that time they are supposed to be praying at the night vigils for a job, would they turn it down?
P2B that is saying it, how many jobs have you created in Nigeria? P2B now, how many companies are part of we have in Nigeria?
Okay.
Let's come down to P2B now.
Okay.
It's when you create jobs, there was a time I
So you think that P2B has not created any kind of jobs in this
I
country?
say how many?
How many does he have to create anyways, so that you will
How
feel?
many how many people are
comfortable.
is it Dangote? We know people are well to create all
Oh,
in Nigeria.
okay. I
Of
see.
them.
Okay.
You understand? P2B
Okay.
is not one of them.
Okay.
Orile Police has bakeries, has bottled water companies, he has universities too. Landmark University and Covenant University. One is in Kwara State, one is in Ogun State, which is Covenant University.
Mm.
He has secondary schools all over the country. He's paying workers.
What does he
primary
do
schools
for
all over
a
the country.
living? What does Bishop Oyedepo do for a living, sir?
What he does, what are you talking
I'm
about?
asking you a
The
question,
past
sir. I said,
president,
what
entrepreneur.
is his, how does he make money? How does he earn money of his
How he
own?
makes money?
Yes, sir.
After he's a prophet,
Okay.
he's not only him.
So that is a profession. So it is a profession.
You see, he's an architect. You know, he's an architect.
That's what I'm asking you. Is that how he was able to do all of these things that you mentioned that he owns and does? Is that how he was able to do them?
He said as an architect. He was
Okay.
an economist. Are you aware?
Okay.
Well, Adepoye is a mathematician. He was a professor.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Is that all these things that you've mentioned, are they the reason why he is Bishop Oyedepo? That's what I'm asking you.
God does not know people who are, even Jesus when he said that, he had doctors working for him. Somebody like Luke was a doctor, was a physician.
So Charles, this is a better conversation to have than productivity in our country. Do you know that? Do you know that? Do you know that the president's wife is organizing a nationwide prayer session that would turn around our economic condition as a people? Do you approve of this move?
Whether I approve of it?
Yes.
See, most countries in this world who are doing are religious countries. Let me tell you, see Israel.
That's what I'm asking you. Does Israel declare prayer sessions to turn around their economic condition as a country?
We don't even pray the way Israel prays.
But you just brought it up. So I'm asking you, since Peter Obi has said a lot of bad things, because apparently you're not the only one, of this opinion. A lot of people are very offended that he said that. So I just told you that the president's wife is going to do a national prayer session with the NSA to do, and the prayer session is the theme of the prayer is to turn around our economic situation in Nigeria. We're asking God to do that, a nationwide prayer session. Do you approve of it? I've asked you.
This is not the president who are saying. This is the issue, ability to do the right thing.
What is the right thing, sir?
The right thing to do is create jobs. Are you a great creator? Like I've said it on each platform before that Pepsi and Coca-Cola have employed 1 million workers in the United States.
Okay.
You understand?
So now that you agree, because I want you to be clear on the P2B stance. So now that you agree that we should create jobs, what did P2B do that you have taken offense of?
How many jobs have he created?
Okay.
How many companies?
I just want to know, what is your offense with his statement about creating jobs instead of going to night vigils?
I don't have any problem. What I'm saying is, let him not look at the church like people who are going to church who are jobless. No, she don't say that. Even in the United States, people go to church. Are you aware? There are people that go to church in a very religious nation. People like Reflotola, people like TD Jakes. People troop into churches in and out in the United States. We don't even pay the way they pray. In their money currency, what you see there is in God they trust.
Okay.
If you go to Saudi Arabia is a very religious country. We don't work the way they even work. People go to, there are 100 million people in Mecca last year for pilgrimage in Saudi Arabia. It's a very religious state. But Aramco Oil declared a profit of $230 billion last year. And then people were doing our losses. The issue is not the church or religious organizations. The issue is the people who are saying it. People that is saying how many jobs have he created?
Okay, so the problem is just saying it. It's not like it's anything wrong with it. So just don't say it.
You should be able to see before you say something. The solution. That's what Americans do. That is
the man has said to create jobs. Okay, all right, Mr. Charles. I think I get it now. I think I understand you now. He should not just say it like he hasn't created enough jobs. So why is he talking about creating jobs?
He lives in London.
All right, that makes sense.
How many factories do you think are to be owned in Nigeria? That is the issue.
It's all right, sir.
You understand?
Yes.
Because if you go outside, people create jobs. Volkswagen was started by a human being. Volkswagen has over 700,000 staff. Yes, I'm talking to you. They pay taxes. They pay taxes. They pay personal income taxes to the German government. The company declares profit and they pay taxes from those companies. So if we have Volkswagen in Nigeria, people who are going for night, people who are working in Volkswagen like that. So usually, how many companies do you have in Nigeria today? I tell you something like Dangote employs over 100,000 people. If other people like Dangote in Nigeria, we don't have jobs, we don't have enough jobs. So that's the point. So people should not come and be telling us that people live in London. They don't even live in Nigeria. I think he lives in London,
and he's able to go to all these places he's usually going to from Anambra to Oka.
The problem we have is that
wonder.
people come and lie to us, people who live in Dubai, people who live in London.
Okay.
2027, they come and tell us how they're going to turn Nigeria.
Well, I'm asking, how is he able to live in London and still get to do all of the movements he's doing here in Nigeria? Because see, I don't think he's attending some of these things he's attending. Because I need you to actually round up, because I need to talk to other people.
Because this thing we can drag this matter for another 1 hour or 2 hours.
It's Nigerian politics. There's never an end to it.
Let us develop this Nigeria now. Like that, when we can
But you are saying let us develop this country. You're saying these things. Let's produce. Let's create more jobs. And you have a problem with P2B for saying it. I'm trying to understand. Okay, the problem is not night vigil. Okay.
Let it just. Those men, people are even doing night vigil yesterday. I was even when I was hearing them praying. You know what?
Why didn't you go? Why didn't you go? Why didn't you go to the night vigil?
I was sleeping, so.
Okay. All right, Mr. Charles, I have to let you go. Good morning, 0706 048 5853. You can also call 0915 570 8347. It seems around here you are not allowed to speak it. You can think it, but don't say it. All right, let's talk to you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, you from Abba Road.
I know. How are you feeling today?
Really fine.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. I think that the problem some of these commentators have is that they did not listen to P2B's speech, actually. If they had listened to the speech, they won't have problem with it. P2B is not against church. He's not against night vigil. He's saying that just like in James, there is a place they quoted in James in the Bible, who says prayer without works is what? Dead. You can't be praying from Monday to Friday. And there was even one man who commented or who complained that the wife would get up in the morning, leave their compound and move to what they call their daddy. To go and sweep their own daddy's compound at the expense of their own compound.
Now, married men have seen things in this country. We know that.
The point people is making is that you should do things in moderation. It's never talking about abandoned church, no. But the truth is this: if you come to this country, I'm sorry to say, we are too religious. And it looks like it is because of this unemployment that everybody now sees church as what? Business. To me, I see some of these churches as what? Business center. I have no regret and I have no apology to any person. Otherwise, how do you reconcile that Nigeria, according to them, is the second praying nation in the whole world?
That is
and
right.
then second worst economy in the whole world. So, are they compatible? If we're actually praying, it then means that what we are praying is not working. And yes, let us be frank, it is logical. If our prayers if we are doing sincere prayer, that's the point I'm making. Because it's not just somebody going there to look for tithes, asking pay this and pay that because you have no job and they are not converting souls. No, people should preach rather for something. I live in Aban Road.
Yes,
Aban Road is almost like a mission road. Almost every yard has one church or the other.
Oh, I grew up around there. I know what you mean.
Yes. So what are we talking? We should do things in moderation. You go to church, pray, and you come and walk. Because the Bible says there is no food for somebody who does not walk. Not now.
Not for someone who doesn't pray, huh?
You should pray and then you should walk. But when you now pray at the essence of walk, that prayer is alone now. James said prayer without works is what? Is dead. Show me your faith and I will show you my work. That it is dead in James in the Bible. So people who are just the only thing is that you shouldn't say it because people will always misunderstand whatever he says. That's just the only problem. If I were him, I should not say it.
Right.
I would even bother to say it. Look at Mrs. Tinubu.
trying to, is it after praying that the fuel subsidy will be restored?
I don't understand how that will affect our economy in any way. I find it very weird.
Somebody sees the problem and says he wants to pray the problem away. Your husband say fuel subsidy gone. Instead of saying that I'm going to talk to my husband to restore the fuel subsidy, I'm going to talk to my husband to remove the so-called what do you call it, naira flotation. You say you are going to pray. Is it after praying that the thing will be removed? Will the prayer alone remove it? Pray without works is works is dead. Now I don't like what that woman said, and it's going to pray with the Nuhu Ribado. Oh, good God.
This is a Muslim ticket. Christians must really look at their positioning when it comes to how they are perceived in this country. Because what an excuse for what is happening. You know, what an excuse for what is happening.
No, my dear. And then, what do you call the other man?
Which one?
This NHS minors who are now charged.
Oh yes.
50 million as their shorty. Oh God, what is wrong?
But everybody is quiet. The whole country is quiet.
He's trying to become, well, I say a tyrant. I don't know whether we can use such a language in the radio. That's it. And Mrs. Tinubu is not even commenting on that. Saying somebody is married. You know, in Igbo land, babies,
yes,
before now, if I have a child who is even 5 years, a boy who is 5 years,
yes,
my time is 10 years, a girl,
yes.
I will go there and put in the line and say, that is to say, I will go there and give the parents something and tell them, this my son who is 5 years, we marry this your daughter who is being born now. And we start doing all and they will see that thing as that my child will marry that person.
I know, the betrothal system.
So if you go to the north, once somebody is below 18 years, is a minor. Whether he has 10 wives or not, is immaterial. I like from me and there, and Tinubu should be very careful. He has to protect. I thank God for the northerners who are now coming up with or whatever, suggesting that those guys should be released.
They should be. They should be. Thank you, Mr. Okay. These kids were arraigned in court on Friday, and about 3 of them collapsed in court. You could see that they were malnourished. You could feel the hunger, the depression, the hopelessness, children who have lost faith in their country. Whatever it is that has led those children to wave those Russian flags during the End Bad Governance and Hunger protest in this country, we did not help the situation by remanding them in adult facilities for the past 3 months, and now we've put them in court. And we've had grown-up powerful Nigerians lie against them and say that they are not minors and that they were worthy of being prosecuted. In fact, the IG of police said as long as you are above 7 years of age, that you were worthy of appearing in court and doing time in jail. Also, these children have been rejected by the Kuje Correctional Facility. Kuje has cited that these kids were minors and that their facility was not standard enough to cater for them, and they've been returned back to Lagos. Good morning to you. You have 1 minute, sir. All right, sorry about that. You had to run off. But a lot of people have reacted to this particular terrible and tragic incident that's happened to us as a nation on Friday. All of us must understand that this is happening to us all as a people. We're not doing okay. We're not headed right. The things that are happening here are not supposed to happen. They are not supposed to happen. Our judiciary is not doing okay. A judiciary where politicians can comfortably tell the masses to go to court because they know the outcome of our court-related justice when it comes to receiving them here, when the politicians can declare or can predict what it is that the court will do. Yes, we know that they have the power to do that. It was set up. It's all a connecting sheep. We're all working together. I get that. But this administration must understand that its job is to actually look after Nigerians, even if it doesn't seem so. This particular regime is making a mockery of our criminal justice system. You expect the international community and investors to take Nigeria seriously, but we are parading minors before our federal high court in the most dehumanizing conditions because they allegedly took part in a protest that would have never happened if you all would have done your jobs. If all of you out there would have done your jobs, these children wouldn't have been out there in the first place, protesting the fact that they cannot feed, protesting that they have no accommodation, no roof over their heads, protesting that there's no Medicare, no health care, protesting that there is no human right in this country. These children are said to be trying to overthrow the Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government. Is this what this administration represents? Is this what it hopes to be remembered for? This is most disgraceful. 5 of these kids, 5 of them slumped in court. These people are turning our national politics into a ridicule. This is unbelievable. You should have seen the pictures and the videos that were coming out from the High Court in Abuja on Friday. Your heart will be broken. Amnesty International has commented. Atiku has commented. Peter Obi has commented. Obi Ezekwesili has commented. And multiples of Nigerian activists and social influencers and political influencers are speaking up and calling for a reaction from the federal government. And do not forget, just last week, NEC has been advising the Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration to, reconsider her tax bills. Well, unfortunately, let me report to you this morning that the federal government has rejected that particular plea and has, noted that it will continue on those 3 tax bills. It will continue. So Nigerians have, reiterated that all they expect from this particular government is just taxes and more taxes and nothing else. That level of hopelessness is not the future we hope to see in our dear country. This is not it. This is not what we hope to do with our dear country, Nigeria. These headlines, these stories, little as they are, chip by chip, is taking something away from us as a people. We are persecuting children. Who knows whose child is going to be prosecuted tomorrow? Who knows whose brother, whose sister will be indicted by the Nigerian judiciary once again? So the more quiet we are as a people, the more of these outrageous stories are going to come out. They're going to flood our airwaves and our news spaces, and we have to deal with them. Now, our petroleum and oil and gas system is exactly what it is. We are here now. Petroleum in Nigeria, as of 2024, has become 1,000 plus in purchase, and that is what Nigerians are going to purchase it for going forward. All of my life in this country, I have never seen a price drop, not even 1%. So yeah, it might likely remain like this for the next 6 years. And going by the precedents at which we are operating, if we are not careful, our mistakes will continue. Tomorrow, America will vote in a new president, Trump or Kamala Harris. Let's watch out and see what happens. I'll see you again tomorrow morning. High Voltage comes to you 9 a.m. till 10, weekdays, Mondays through Fridays. Okay, you can join this program on YouTube, High Voltage News. You can follow us on Facebook, Volt 104.3 FM. You do that, I'll see you. All right, and while you go about minding your business today, try to be good, try to be kind to yourself and to everyone around you. Okay, I'll see you. My name is Mavis Atudumi. Good morning.